I'm Nito the GNTG and welcome to Raging G. Halloween is here, so as a good and predictable YouTuber with no hint of originality, let's talk about a horror comic. In my research for this October, I read many comics and manga, but only one piqued my interest and I wanted to learn more about it. Specifically, the thing that reeled me in was that little warning it had. This book contains violence, blood, murder, madness, and magical girls. I thought it would be something like Sailor Moon, but with blood, mystery, and gore. But what I read was much more interesting. So, let's talk about Tomboy and let's find out how similar it is to Sailor Moon. The first thing that I'd like to mention is that this cover is simply amazing. Because apart from the warning that I mentioned in the beginning, we see the main character holding an eye with a very pleased expression. Also, the design is clean, with bright color. It's visually appealing to the eye and demands for your attention and for you to read it, without you having to strain your eyes looking for all the details. Tomboy was released by Action Labs in 2015, specifically the imprint of Action Labs' Danger Zone.
Lana!
What? Danger Zone?
That focuses on mature rating comics. Some comics from this imprint are Holy Fuck, Zombie Tramp, Southern Dog, Voracious, and many more. I had never heard of those comics since Action Labs is a fairly new and small company that was founded in 2010. But they have accomplished a lot since their flagship title, Princeless, had 7 nominations, even though they never managed to get one. Tomboy began in 2015, as I said, by Mia Goodwin. She was the one behind the art and the script, but from the 7th issue thereafter, due to some title problems, she passed the art to Michelle Wong, who by the time was already the colorist, and Wendy did just the cover art and the script. Unfortunately, I couldn't find much information about the two of them, since Goodwin does the art in other Action Lab comics and Wong has worked in Tomboy alone. Let's talk about the story now. It's Halloween, and Addison, our main character, who is celebrating her 16th birthday, is waiting for her boyfriend, Nick, so they can go together trick-or-treating, dressed up as characters from her favorite anime, Princess Cherry Cherry. Unfortunately, Nick never showed up. Later on, her father, while checking a dead body they found, since he is a forensics examiner, finds out that the body was her daughter's boyfriend. By an accident, Addison also finds it out from a conversation she overheard her teacher having on the phone. While Addison returns to her house, the police also finds out the father of her boyfriend dead, along with some files from a pharmaceutical company, along with a note on the wall saying that dead people don't speak. On the subway, still waiting, having realized that her boyfriend Nick is dead, Addison hears 2 policemen talking about someone that they've killed because he had too much information about Irene Trent, the owner of the aforementioned pharmaceutical company. The one of them reveals that he is holding a pendant of half a heart, the one owned by Nick, as a trophy, while Addison had the other half. While they talk, Addison starts hearing a voice telling her to wake up, and the little Princess Cherry Cherry phone strap fairy comes to life and tells her that she has to transform. Then her eyes turn black and start crying blood. She wears the mask she made and kills the 2 policemen. At the end, she returns to her house, covered in blood, asking her grandfather for help. The first issue manages to pull you in because of the mysteries and the many introduced plot lines, making you wonder how they progress. In the next issues, we meet more characters, like the spirit of her dead boyfriend, and we learn more about her little fairy. We also learn many things about the other characters, like seeing the backstory of how much of a badass Addison's grandfather is, and how all this is affecting both mentally and physically Addison's father. The most exciting thing though is the mystery behind the fairy or the spirit of her dead boyfriend, and if they exist, or if Addison mind playing tricks with her, and if it's an illusion, how it was created. We find a lot of information around that, as well as the end goal of that pharmaceutical company and how the present is killing people that learn too much. As a comic, it's not that scary, but it's really interesting. There are many mysteries, constantly growing all the time, as the line between normal absurdity and supernatural dissolves over and over, with Addison making many serious decisions. The art for this comic is peculiar. Many would expect that it should have been dark and gritty for this kind of story, but the designs are clean, bright and colorful, making the reader feel that something isn't right. Goodwin manages to draw the main characters consistently and detailed, but the backgrounds are simpler and in many cases the perspectives are weird. From the 7th issue and thereafter, the interiors are made by Wong. Her designs are similar, so the change is not that drastic for people that are interested in things like that. Tomboy is not the wild Sailor Moon horror story that I expected, but it manages to be a really good story, filled with mystery, well-written characters, and vivid and clean art. So that was it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like down below. Also, don't forget to comment, subscribe to see videos similar to these ones, and sharing it, because sharing is caring. So, I'm NTG, and until next time, keep reading.